So how's it going?
So I went through chapter 7,
Mm-hmm.
which was a long journey.
Yes.
So I expected it to be um, the stuff which I already was teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I can go quick through it. But I mean, yeah, so digging deep into what are we doing, why we are doing it.
Yeah, good
Is
question.
there anything in the process of trying to do it a daily work of skipping off? That's why I mentioned the the list, the
Yes.
checklist for the directions. And so for myself, I considered this as it's a really basic Alexander technique. So what is the difference? So I wonder sometime if I do this fitness exercise, or do I know this is kind of maybe a more efficient physiotherapy or more connect, yeah. But the thinking and delivering the movement. So what's happened in between? I mean, this is so interesting. What is in between? And this is really what we've been talking about because of Larry's question. Um, yeah, I'm very happy of going back there, and I really got that list through with a pupil.
Fantastic. Good.
With but later on, so I mean, it's not in the beginning.
No.
It's pupils. I did the pulse again and again and again, and then let's go back to it. And
Mm.
I found out you called the elbow pull. The title is Finding the Sternoclavicular Joint. And just having that titled on the elbow pull, yeah, so it's not called the elbow pull. And this is interesting.
Is it? I mean, the
Yeah.
start of that poll is I wasn't very happy with the layout of this in the book, to be honest, and I did have a go at changing it, but there were limitations. There was find your sternoclavicular joint, and there is actually another title underneath, actually.
Mhm.
So page 137, 7.3 is find your sternoclavicular joint, and then 7.4, widen by using the elbows as a lever on the
Yeah.
muscles of the back and shoulder. That's actually the title for it. But
Yeah.
finding your sternoclavicular joint while you are, is, as you say, it actually puts another dimension on it, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
nice.
very important hint to what we are doing.
Yes, yes. But that's a coincidental discovery. Um,
Yeah.
but it's very nice. And so often, I think, you'll have seen me say, let's think about giving that push here while I do this. I think there's something about connecting the front and the back there that really
Mhm.
does enliven it, doesn't it? Whereas if one just does it from the back, it's not
Yeah.
quite the same as if one brings this point in as well. So I
I
think you're
have a
spot
new
on.
pupil, and she's really struggling in doing just the movement and understanding the movement. Like instructing, and it's just not happening. And this is very interesting to deal with it. And I think it's very helpful to be clear. So what is involved there? Yes, and then it's finding the anterior serratus anterior,
Yes, this one.
and which I found an analogy to the hip lift, so the gluteus medius, like being present here and here gives a connection and a stability. Yeah, connecting the arms to the back.
Yes, that's nice. And certainly the hip lift comes up. I haven't thought of serratus anterior being in that, but why not? Because I mean, certainly, um, I mean, Myers pictures it as all the intercostals, the obliques, and then the intercostals. But yes, it does make sense to think of the serratus
Especially
anterior, in
if
it, doesn't it?
if I put some weight, like I'm doing a plank,
Yeah,
I'm riding a
absolutely.
bicycle.
And then absolutely, indubitably, it's in there.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So why isn't it in
So the
the?
difference is I don't have weight on my arms most of the time, but if I do, like riding a bike, I mean, this is fantastic. Engaging it,
Yeah.
and it's so different.
Yeah. I mean, the minute the arms are involved, we want that serratus anterior involved, don't we, to maintain the whole shoulder
Yeah.
into the right orientation.
And you can really have this lifting movement,
Yeah,
like slack and doing that.
that's it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So why not have that just sitting, as you say, or
Yeah.
just doing the? Yeah, I like that. Yeah, because I mean that's technically part of the spiral line, but hey, it's at the side of the body. It's yeah, why isn't it part of well, it must be at a different layer, I suppose, that it's not included in this in the lateral line. But it'll be mixing and melding because they do.
And so with this list of separating thinking and doing and playing with it, like projecting to the mirror, or I played a game, I got it from Mio Morales. It's called Sending the Ghost. So like you do a movement physically and then you maybe just doing it mentally. And doing the movement mentally before you join physically. So
Yes.
which is very helpful also as a musician because it happens when you play because the music is in your head before you play it.
Nice. Yes.
And I had so helpful conversations with my pupils on what is giving directions. And maybe from the state of from me just playing with the material and sharing experiences with my pupils, just getting into that was very valuable. Like many pupils coming over years finding something which was missing in their mental process.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's lovely. And as you say, for pupils revisiting it, going up the spiral, coming back to the same place, but from a different point and getting another element in it. Yeah, so nice to have long-term pupils for that.
Yeah.
Did you look at the backup, the support videos that I've put in month 4 of the Goldie Club?
Not yet.
Yeah, so that's do have a look at those as well if you can. You have, Lawrence, you like them?
Really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm only on because I haven't figured out how to log off.
With your new iPad.
To tell you that I'm working away. It's just slow.
Yeah.
I thought I'd have done the second module by now, but ready for my exam, but not ready.
You've done, but you did the first. You've done the first. We've done the first assessment, haven't we? So yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that the second one is taking you more time, both of you, because there's one heck of a lot in there. But just plug away keep playing.
But it's rereading the demystifying of the Alexander, what happened, like the 10 years in front of the mirror, what happened, oh no, he knows the method, it's called Delsart, what is Delsart doing, and all the stages of Alexander works, rereading it and putting in the context of doing the work over a longer time and having read the book once. So there's a lots of things to find.
So you've reread my revised history as well, as have you? Yes, nice. Yeah, have you reread that one, Lawrence? Larry?
Larry is fine. I just can't figure out how to change it. Sorry.
Yes, I just
it's on. Is it an email or like
it's a document in the chapter 7 material?
Oh yeah. I printed it out.
Yeah.
My notebook.
Yeah. And just because you're here, I've done a document on the deep hip rotators, a new way of accessing the deep hip rotators. I've put it into I've put it into month 8. No, chapter 8. It's in chapter 8 on the Thinkific site.
Ooh,
And it's also in month 23 of the, month 23. I've put it into Goldie, which you won't be able to access yet, Larry, but Hannes will. I'm not sure whether I didn't put it in fact, I think you will be able to access it, because I think I changed the drip feed, so you can actually access it, but you just have to go through to month 23 to find it.
okay. You mentioned that the fitness stuff you were going to make accessible to
Yes,
me.
I've made that accessible as well. Yeah. So if
I'll
you
look.
yes, so if you look in the Goldie work for it's whichever month it was the deep fitness work. Is it month 22? Is the deep fitness work, I think. But if you go through and find that month, you'll find that the core one is available, that one you can actually access. And as I say, the deep hip rotators is in month 23, and you'll be able to access that as well. So I've finally found a way of actually being able to contact and embody and work with the deep hip rotators. I've been wanting to do that a long time. So, and it's really, it's like finding the pectineus of the inner thigh. It's another transformative one. So just to add that into your workload, should you wish, as if you hadn't got enough videos to watch. Yeah. Okay. So, good work.
Will not be over.
Sorry?
It won't be over.
No.
Which is a good.
Well, exactly. I mean, every time I think I've got this definitively, one of you comes up with something amazing, and it opens a whole nother door, and then we have to have another video on it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all.
Okay, thank you.
It's so good to be full of content. So when pupils come over I have many pupils who come over years, and they are not bored.
Absolutely, exactly. One can always do something new with them. Yeah, or the old thing in the new way. And my pupil who has the voice problem, I have been working with, I think, for 2 years now, and her voice is finally changing. It's like this woman was so disembodied and so unaware, and just wanted me to wave a magic wand and make her voice better. And I have had to coax her every step of the way to stay with it and get her working at home. It took months and months and months to get her doing anything at home. And last time, amazingly, she came back and said that actually during giving a lecture, her voice came better halfway through the lecture. It's like, wow. And because she's had this hoarse voice that she then feels she has to push to be heard when she lectures for 20 plus years. And she's been to every therapist under the sun. And I've had to just kiss. And I've been thinking, am I telling lies? Am I ever going to get here with this woman? And just trusting. And we're finally getting there. And we hadn't got that advanced today, but she showed me, did bridges, where I got her engaging her psoas and then going slowly into the bridge last time. And she's been practicing that at home. And she said, when she practices that, her voice comes fine. And then she said, and when I just put my hands on my knees and roll like a ball, my voice is completely fine. And I said, do it. And she did. And she talked. And I've never heard a voice like that before. And there it was. And she can now repeat that. And I said, well, but why isn't it happening in lectures yet? Because it will. But it's now happening. I mean, this is amazing. And that was this morning. So it's like, no pupil is a lost cause. I was sort of, I've been thinking to myself, am I being a fraud taking this woman's money, But you just got to trust and trust and trust. But what I've realized, and it's fascinating, how she had a mother who just didn't like her and criticized her and put her down all the time. And that's the root of it. So she didn't want to be heard and she didn't want to be seen. And she's blocked her feelings because feelings are too painful. So that's the root of it. But it's meant she's not in her legs. And when I get her standing up, the voice disappears again until we bounce and lunge. And I'm finally getting her connecting into her legs. And that's, she said, why do I have to bounce in order for my voice to come right? Because that's actually, I said to her today, it's like most of the time you're living with somebody else's legs. You're living with legs like prosthesis. You're not actually owning your legs. You've got to own your legs to own your voice. And it really came clear today. It's like, how long does it take sometimes to come clear? So anyway, I'm burping because I'm excited. As you can
So
hear.
there is lots of things to solve on the way.
Aren't there just?
There might be tons of things changed in her life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, not that she'll tell me. I mean, one day she'll tell me something's changed in her life, but so far nothing. She's not, nothing. This is the hard thing, you see. She's totally unaware. Nothing changes in her life. And then we get this glimpse of the voice coming right. And that's the only thing she's aware of, is the voice.
But she's coming.
But she's coming, exactly. She's keeping coming. And she's now she's seeing progress. She's actually working away at home on it. She's of course making it go faster. But it's taken time. He's been dreading her coming.
Psychotherapy, 2 years is nothing.
Well, quite exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. Yeah.
So all this
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
we packed there
Yeah.
to open,
Yeah.
it's a big job.
Yeah. No, it's huge. It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what we're dealing with. Not quite that, but all our pupils, isn't it? And ourselves. Righty ho.
Nice.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.